aren't they more and more claiming to give your life meaning? So have you seen this, one of the apps, one of the new phones that are launching, it's saying, you know, preserve your memories in this app, you know, great memories deserve unlimited storage, things like that.
Yeah.
Right? So it's beginning, we have to understand and draw lines as to where does technology end its claim for making, giving meaning to life, and where does other aspects such as spirituality and belief come in. Great?
Thank you, sir.
All right. I thought I confused you more. That's the aim. That's the aim. I'm here to confuse. Yes. Who else? From this side, teachers also always have great questions. I also had a little poem that one of you guys wrote. Rosha, I'll come. Okay. Who else has a question? Who else? I'm going to go grab it while you... On media. All right, let's pump in some energy here, guys. Come on. All right, over there. Let's hear some thoughts.
Sir, it's a yes or no question. Are we dependent more on technology than our relatives or family members?
Ooh, that's a great question. What do you think?
Sir, I have not any answer. That's why I'm asking you.
Okay, so let's get to that answer. So when you see your friends and family interact with technology, do you think they're depending more on the technology versus their family?
Yes, sir.
Great, you have your answer. All right. One of you guys wrote this beautiful poem. Okay, who is get ready for your next question. I'll read this really beautiful poem. Ankita, who was on grade 11, wrote on that book. I tore the page apart. I hope that's okay. So you want me to read you this poem? I'm not hearing a lot of good yes. All right. This poem by 11-year-old Ankita is written. The improvement of science and invention gave birth to great tension. The most interesting discovery, named television, often faces negative conclusions. Science has provided such an invention to which people can have nothing other than addiction. They sit before it for hours together and pay no attention to what good they will gather. While watching in 11 hours, faces sprout and stare until their eyes pop out. They sit and stare and sit and lie cold-blooded if it's a film that's a hit. Their eyesight probably will defect, but still it will have no effect. All right, give it up for Ankita. It's a beautiful poem. This is a great commentary, I think, about television and media in India, and being involved for the past 2 years in television and media in India. I would say that's a very great depiction, and it's something that's all over the world, especially news media. We had long discussions about this on the media conference. I won't go into it. One of the main elements a lot of people were asking was, oh, you know, why doesn't news or media focus on positive things? Well, it was discussed very deeply. I think if you go to web, so the same show that I showed you this clip, the same show does very bad on TV. On TV, it's a 22-minute show with 5, 6, 7 minutes of ads, and it doesn't do that well. But on the web, as a 3 to 5 minute piece, it does really well. Which tells you a lot of things about the technology, what it is enabling, and getting the content in front of the right people. So technology can't be used for positive content, disseminating positive content. So can media, but not the old media. Television, do not have any expectations from television to show you great stuff. You should turn it off.
On the broad nature of the issues relating to technology and media and the role of religion, and for engaging their own critical thinking. So thank you very much for that. From Dr. M.D. Thomas, we heard about making an inclusive society and the role of religion. So he started by defining social society as the social character that all of us have and a collection of individuals and groups, and described being inclusive as being true to that natural social character we all have. And so development in his terms means working towards, growing towards being more inclusive in that sense. And therefore religion must be used constructively to work towards that inclusiveness. First, religion must work towards it within itself, within religious communities themselves, and then with relation to the wider society, being inclusive of representatives of all genders, all ages, all different types of groups, and working towards promoting harmonious living. And then from Ambassador Ashok Sajanha, we heard about the role of spiritual principles of religion in the area of governance. So he started by saying that religion is inherently a sort of man-made thing shaped by the specific circumstances of where it emerges, and therefore it's difficult or unrealistic to try to actually bring them together in one kind of utopian religion. Rather, we should respect, understand, accept, and celebrate the differences and focus on the similarities to help bring peace amongst the religion. He mentioned the Indian experience, whereby within India, of course, 4 major religions have originated, and then India has been much more accepting, not just tolerant, but accepting of a wide range of religions which have been persecuted elsewhere. And then talked a little bit about the difference between religion and spirituality, whereby perhaps religion is more about promotion of the ideologies that religions have, whereas spirituality is more about general human principles of justice, compassion, kindness, etc. And the difficulty with governance is that those spiritual principles are sometimes missing in governance, and if they come only from religion without thinking about spirituality in the wider sense, then perhaps governance is lacking something that would work towards more positive development. And so we need to harness science and technology as a force for positive change, utilizing the principles of spirituality. So thank you very much to our 3 speakers. I'm very grateful to you all, and grateful to you all for sticking to the stringent timings. Thank you very much.
The second session for the day was chaired by Mrs. Veera Hajela, Principal, CMS Station Road Campus.
Such eminent personalities who talk about very sensitive issues, very, very pertinent issues, which have, I'm sure, a deep-rooted impact on your minds, your impressionable minds, because it is for you to bring about the the change in the world in the future. Today, for this particular panel discussion, we have very eminent panelists, and I'd like to, it's indeed a proud privilege for me to be introducing each of them to you.
Professor Muhammad Iqbal Hussain on Interfaith Dialogue, Way of Peaceful Coexistence.
That's happened in the world by the name of Islam. Although the Islam doesn't accept any sort of terrorism, any sort of the extremism, but that happened in the world. Anywhere, bombing in where we saw behind this there is any Muslim, any Muhammad, or any Rahim, or any Kareem. That's why there is some the Islamophobia already raised both of the world, east and west. The Islam was raging, especially that my last visit happened in April in America by the invitation of federal government. Then observes the whole over the America there is some sort of tensions about Islam. Due to not for Muslims, due to because not for they're the good neighbor. They said good neighbor after the Trump happened their chair when there's some raises against Muslim, some sort of they raise their voice. No, Muslim is our good neighbor. Muslim is our good neighbor. But what's happened in the world that there's some sort of tension already raised about Muslim, that maybe the Holy Quran or the Islamic culture maybe increase, maybe influence, or maybe galvanize in sort of the terrorism. Not like this, because it's some sort of problems happen even inside of the country. After the last year after Holy Artisan attack, this Holy Artisan attack totally changed our philosophy of the country, in country about terrorism. First of all, we find those who are the government missionaries, they found that maybe the terrorism majorly came maybe from the madrasas, so-called the Qawmi madrasas. But I'm so in here, this is. I'm showing here. This is the one of the creator of the Holy Artisan attack. Its name is the Nibraz. He came from elite family, from multi-millionaire family. He was the one of the initiator of the artisan attack, and there is 19 foreigners killed by the terrorist. So the total demographic and total thinkings about terrorists totally changed in the country when some 6 or 7 terrorists, they came from the richest family, even from the higher classes of the families, and we think that this is one sort of one sort of like not phobia. This is one sort of beliefs, the terrorism, that the attacking. This is so the Bangladesh takes the strong initiative how they will go forward, and as a interfaith, as interfaith activist, what I'm going on. Within the some sort of activities that we enhance within the communities, we have in the Bangladesh we have as like as India, we are same the same neighbors, same cultures, and same attitudes that we are carrying on. So we have the Hinduism, Hindus, Islam, Christianity, Judaism, Buddhism, Sikhism, Baha'is, everything inside of the country, in my country, and we have a strong, there's so many texts about how we encourage interfaith dialogue. I'm not going through that way because time is very short. But the objectives for our interfaith, because we just started this sort of culture in my country after 2005, after declaration of United Nations, the inclusive society with religion, because without religion we cannot go further down, because this is the output of the research that every society, even Western society, American society, they totally affiliated with religion. After the last election that happened, the last president election, they said the 77% believers, they put their votes, in favor of Trump, and they said, the Pew Research Foundation, this, the religious beliefs increasing even in America. So we do not, avoid this sort of attitude. And in Bangladesh, we are doing some sort of objectives in how we will go further down for the development, the harmony, how we'll establish the object Bangladesh context. This sort of object we are fixed up within the, the LOI, that is leader of influence. We said LOI means leader of influence, those who are the religious leaders. Because, in Bangladesh, majority Muslim countries, and the same problem we are facing, like India, there is a Islamic education. There is a two type of Islamic education, some regulated by government and some regulated by own, privately. Those who are actually the privately, they are, some sort of, they do not want to any regulation by the government, any type of service from the government, any type of support even from the government. So this is one of the major problems. They became a partial man. So we are working with the ulemas, with the the purohits, with the padris, with some sort of leaders. First of all, we think connect with the ulemas, with the purohits, with the the padris, each other, because this is so much difficult.
Ms. Padmini Biswas on Consciousness in Human Development, a lens through spiritual activism.
So I'm speaking on consciousness in human development, a lens through spiritual activism. What we are seeking is seeking us even more. Religion is as much about human as it is about God, reality, truth, Brahman, or any name that you may like to call it. And here comes a trick. Ego which is very fragile, is a strong wall created by humans, and we struggle to achieve that egoless state. Today we are just doing things, just doing that, saying this, having plan of actions, but merely have time for being. Just being, reflecting on the intentions that we have. So Sufism is a discipline in human development through awakening of the heart and love, the core cognitive instrument we have. Well, there's this thing about heart, it's overrated. But everyone wants to place in our heart, be it the Prime Minister candidate or the Coca-Cola company. So it's up to us who will place what in our hearts. And here, science of the heart is very crucial in development. But to call it a science is a bit misleading, as it is different from the quantitative science, limiting to numbers and statistics. It's a science of qualities and therefore cannot be quantified. Cultural literacy and pluralistic education is a must in our educational institutions these days. Helping keep students engage with diversity, with difference, because it doesn't come naturally. And the natural response to diversity is often fear, xenophobia, and often results in polarization. Illiteracy about religion will affect the nature of democracy, even though India has the largest democracy in the world and has a legacy to share.
Professor Virendra Goswami on computational correlation of peace and development with religion, innovation, spirituality, and education. The rise.
When the peace will come, when everybody is happy, there is no misery, there are no things, people are respecting each other, loving each other, then everywhere there will be a peace. And then this peace is not only paramount for development of any nation, but a foundation for its sustenance. The spirituality, innovation, demographic and healthy environmental, these things are required for the peace. I come to the model. Now this very nice thing, the social religious harmony is. If you see, there are 6-letter words in your temple, there are 6-letter church, there are 6-letter words in mosque, similarly 5-letter words in Bible, 5-letter words in Gita, and 5-letter words in Quran. They may have things, but the meaning is only one same, that manzil ek raahein alag alag. Means the only you have to reach to the God, maybe your paths are different. So why do you discriminate all these things? Yeah, this is actually, if you ask me, if tomorrow I get an authority from the admission form or from any form, this column, what is your religion, should be removed. Right from the day one, you tell the child to have the division, you belong to this religion. In my country, somebody says I am Bengali, somebody says I am Punjabi. Unfortunately, nobody says that I am from India. So have this culture inculcated into the students that they are Indian first, they are global human first. Why Muslim, why Bengali, and why Hindu, and why Christian? They are all, once you say they are son and of the same soil, they are from same father, then how can you have different religions? Anyhow, there's a debatable point. Now this is the model which I wanted to show. This is a VG peace predicting model. Now, this is your model, that is, there are 4 pillars, that is spiritual, innovative, demographic, educational pillars. These P1, P2, these are 4 pillars are there. On that the other layer is of, this is a basis, these 4 pillars. On that the side spiritual things are there, and pictorially are represented this. P1 to P4 are peace pillars. Mathematically, P is a function of art. That is 4 things, that are art, and culture and history. P is a function of side, that is force, I have already mentioned to you. And then this is a function of this. Mathematical scholars will appreciate this. These are very, A lot of research has been put. It's not the overnight effort. And hence, peace is the function of arc and side. I've already told what is arc and side. And from model 1, we get peace is directly proportional to arc, peace is directly proportional to side, and both are the function of this. And the result is peace has linear relationship with arc and side. Now I come to another model which I've already explained you and topic 1. And this is your peace is directly proportional to success. Moment you get success, you get your 3 things. You see, if you kill these 3 things, anxiety, anguish, and anger, if you can kill these 3 things, you will get the peace. So moment, as long as you have not got the success, the peace is not coming in your mind. So success is directly proportional to this, and based on this equation, peace is the first pillar of success along with 3 P, that is people, planet, environment, and prosperity.
Thank you so much, sir, for your priceless words and for spelling aloud the importance of peace, because only when there's peace will success be there all around, and that is what every human being, every mortal is desirous of. Thank you for being so appreciative of Lucknow city and its tehzeeb. Thank you also for highlighting the importance of a spiritual library and doing away with disorderliness and anarchy. Thank you for highlighting those beautiful observations that you've made pertaining to the 6-letter words in terms of places of worship for the different religions, and the 5-letter words for the various religious texts for various religions. Thank you so much, sir. And last but not the least, a personal favorite which you highlighted in course of your talk: each of us needs to watch our words. Thank you, one, and thank you all, audience. And I think we need to put our hands together for this absolutely wonderful set of panelists on stage: Professor Iqbal Hussain, Ms. Padmini Vishwas, and Professor Viren Goswami. Thank you so much once again. Let us all remember for now and always that religion is meant to be a catalyst for development and not a tool to be exploited in terms of moral degradation and devastation. Thank you, one and all. Thank you.
Students of City Montessori School, Rajendra Nagar, 3rd campus presented a street play.
And be the change. Let's change our lives for the better of all. We need change. We need change. Change for a change. Change for a change. We need change. We need change. Change for a change. Change for a change. We need change. We need change. Change for a change. Change for a change. I hope this effort of ours is to make you rewind to take whatever measures you can to conserve food, water, and electricity, which will be proved fruitful. One should always remember that Rome was not built in a day, and there is no yellow brick road for making things happen. Bringing about any kind of change requires persistence, courage, and motivation. This presentation, Pehl, an initiative made by students of City Montessori School, Rajendra Nagar Campus 3, is one of the various programs taken up by the campus to spread awareness for conservation of resources and spread the awareness. Nelson Mandela said, "Your choices reflect your hope and not fear. Hope we will make a choice which makes this earth a better place." Thank you and Jai Jagat.
The 7th International Interfaith Conference concluded with the sharing of thoughts by Honorable Mr. Justice Adel Omar Sharif from Egypt, and rounding off of the 3 days discussions and deliberations by the founder-manager of City Montessori School, Dr. Jagdish Gandhi.
I cannot tell you how grateful to all of you I am. It's been really a pleasure working with you throughout the past 2 days. I think we have, all of us, come so close to each other. We have exchanged views on these issues of common concern to all of us. We have developed friendship, and this is part of CMS policy, getting scholars and people, the like-minded people together, wherein they can have a platform for exchanging their views and ideas and come up with what is better for our societies and countries. The interfaith dialogue has always been a very critical topic that has attracted, as we have discussed, not only national but also international attention over the past few decades. We are very much hopeful with the support of the City Montessori School to continue with this journey, to continue with this effort in the future. And finally, I would just like to thank the visionary couple, Mr. Jagdish Gandhi and Mr. Paharti Gandhi, for continuing supporting us. I'm very grateful to Geeta, who was not able to join us this time. Sunita, I welcome you to the conference today. Thank you very much for being here. Roshan, and also the advisory board, Ms. Zena Surabji, Arshana Vandi, the former convener of the conference, and all members of the advisory body, Farida, for sure, who has done a great job conducting this conference to take us to this stage we have arrived at, first by adding a new dimension and suggesting the topic for this year, the development, and for the hard work she has done. I'm sure that all of us have the commitment and the will to continue working together for the betterment of our future and societies. With the help of CMS, I'm sure that we will be able to get together next year for the 8th International Interfaith Conference. Thank you very much.
दुष्ट दुष्ट को ऐसे काटे जैसे काट करे, किंतु 1,900 के ऊपर, संवत 1,900 के ऊपर, यानी 1,901 में, और 1,901 में से 57 साल घटा दें तो सन 1844 से ऐसो योग पढ़े फ्रॉम 1983 से ऐसो योग पढ़े, सहस्त्र बरस लो सतयुग बीते, 1844 से ऐसो योग पढ़े, संवत 1,900 के ऊपर, कहते हैं संवत 1,900 के ऊपर माने 1,901 में, और 57 साल घटा दे तो क्या आ गया 1844 से। ऐसो योग पढ़े सहस्त्र बरस लो सतयुग बीते, 1000 साल के लिए सतयुग आएगा, सहस्त्र बरस लो सतयुग बीते, धर्म की बेल बढ़े। धर्म की बेल मीन्स द प्रोसेस ऑफ यूनिवर्सल पीस विल स्टार्ट, प्रोसेस ऑफ यूनिटी विल स्टार्ट। धर्म की बेल बढ़े और स्वर्ण फूल पृथ्वी पर फूले, the world will be changed and it will be the God's kingdom will come on earth. तो स्वर्ण फूल पृथ्वी पर फूले, पुण्य जग दशा फिरे, the condition of the world will be changed eternally. पुण्य जग दशा फिरे और सूरदास ये हरि की लीला, तारे ना ठरे, अरे मन धीरज क्यों न धरे। सूरदास जी कहते this is the wisdom of God. तारे ना ठरे, if anybody wants to change it, it cannot be changed. The world requires a change and it will come and the unity will be established. Or Baha'u'llah says, all men will become one. Justice and charity will encompass the world. Enmity and hatred will disappear. All causes of division among peoples, races, nations will vanish, and the cause of union, harmony and concord will appear.
Human development and human progress is sufficiently based on religion and moral choice, and both has a way of creating a strong community. International Interfaith Conference by City Montessori School is a step in educating the future generation with the best possible outcomes.